Right, I sent you guys some paper, and the paper should be in a black bag, a little bit like this. You can leave it in there for now. I'm just going to take you through what the paper is and how I developed it. Just starts off as normal paper, and then I have the cyanotype chemicals. I'm keeping them in a dark bag because cyanotype chemicals work in the sun, and we have a little bit of sun coming through the window here, so we tend to try and use these a little bit and then put them away and then put them in a cupboard so they're in the dark. You have to give your chemicals a shake because they are essentially little tiny bits of metal that are floating around, so you need to make sure your solution hasn't settled. And then I use an old goo pot, and this is called a hacky brush, and it's just a sponge basically on top of a stick. So I take part A and I just put a tiny bit in, like literally. So there's the tiny wee little bit. And what I want to do is to try and get exactly the same in with my other chemical, which is called, they just call it part B. It's nice and simple. I just dip the very tip of the brush into this, and then we coat it on the paper. Once it's coated, what I did for you guys was I just left it. I'll see if I can get it in closer so you can see there. Can you see the colour of it? It's like a lovely yellow colour. So what I did with yours was I left it to dry, and that's the best way to do it if you want a really nice strong blue. And I put this underneath here. Now the light's already on, but like I said, because we're just doing a really quick demonstration, I'm just going to throw a few flowers on it so we can see how it develops. With the UV light, I'm just going to quickly cover over my face because I don't want to have one side suntanned. Right, so at the minute the flowers are still attached, but if we take them off, then underneath, that's what we have. Now sometimes I like to photograph this point as well because this will disappear and completely change. So if I've got some nice colours, sometimes I just photograph this as well. So we just go straight into the water bath. And because it's nice and cold, I'm just giving it a little tiny agitation. This is the bit that the kids usually go a bit wild with, so maybe make sure they've got wellies and aprons. So all I'm doing here is just gently loosening the leftover chemical that's in the paper. And you'll be able to see it because the yellow will come out of the paper and go into the water. And then what you should be left with is a blue and white impression left on the paper.